maybe there's like an update to, what's it called? Zoom? I don't know. But I mean, I have not changed my links. I haven't changed a thing. I mean, I haven't touched Zoom in 2 weeks. Maybe that's why it's mad. It's jealous that I haven't been messing with it for 2 weeks. But so like I try to practice it. Yeah, the link from the email right now is the only one that's working. So I'm gonna go back. I don't know why. Why? It's the same link. It's the same. Nothing's changed. It's the same thing. But it also won't put you in the waiting room like it used to. Like I have to physically click on put people in the waiting room, and I didn't have to do that before. And I've got it checked off in my settings. Like I don't know. Yesterday was a hot mess. Today's been better. Last class though, I still had some people that were like, can't get in. Use the link from Google Classroom, Roger. Seriously? See, that doesn't make any sense. There's no rhyme or reason to it. So that's why I'm gonna say that it's not my fault. It's Zoom's fault. All right, let's see what else I got here. All right, y'all do have a warm up, but it's a little baby one. So I put it in Google Classroom, just 1 minute, but don't, see, hold on, Michael Holmes, I'll get to that. But don't put it in your keyboarding tracker, wait, and just put it in the chat because we're gonna do something to our keyboarding tracker on Friday. Hold that thought, let me yell at my cat. Leah, get over here. Get over here. Stop crossing the road. Sorry about that. Yes, and we have class on Friday. I'm super excited about that. It's the only thing that makes sense. So since we're missing Monday, we're having class. Come on, Leon. Leon, come on, baby. Get over here. Stop trying to cross the road. Get in the house. Come on. Come on, baby. Say hey, everybody. What are you doing? Everybody's working on their warm up. Look how cute they are. Stop crossing the road. You hear me? Love you. Oh, who's that? Zachary. Is Dylan in here? I think he's the only one I'm missing. All right, so once you finish your 1 minute warm up, just put it in the chat. You can do it privately just to me if you don't want everybody to see it, or you can just send it out there to the universe. I'm gonna write them down just to give me like a, just a second quarter, perspective here. And then we're not gonna add it to the keyboarding tracker. We're gonna wait and do that Friday. So don't go to advisory on Friday, come to me, or go to your, regular Monday, Wednesday classes. And I think we're gonna do that every single time. Jackson Turner got 100 words per minute. I mean, my fastest time ever is 117. The fastest I've ever had in middle school. So you might get there, boo. I forgot what I was just talking about. Oh, every time we miss a day out of the week, like for a holiday or teacher work day or whatever, they make it so we'll just skip advisory that week. So I like that a lot better. All right, Keller, I got yours. I got Carson's, I got Michael's, I got Jackson's. Got Maddie's. Got Roger, yep, Roger. Good job, Roger. Got Daniel's. Y'all are looking super good. I mean, unless you're lying to me, which is, complete possibility. SLC's looks good. Jackson's sharp. He just crossed the road again. I just yelled at him. Roger, it doesn't matter. I told them they don't have to private. It can be the whole class or just to me, whatever they want to do. All right, Ethan and Luca, I got yours. Rallison's. And there's Dylan. Now we have everybody. All right, X-Dubs, I got yours. Mally, I got yours. Skylar. Oh, that was weird. I'm sorry. Prosser, I got yours. All right. Mahogany's still in here? Oh, there she is. All right, waiting on Mahogany's, waiting on Dylan's. Dylan's, you're just doing the 1 minute one, and then put your words per minute in the chat, okay? Don't put it in your keyboarding tracker this time. And still waiting on Zach's. It's hot out there. I take my socks, you're not hot? Oh, I don't know. I don't know why, Michael. I'm sorry, baby Holmes. Because I'm just looking at your chat names, that's why. Dang. All right, Zachary, got yours. I tell you, one thing we talked about, and we had our team meeting, because I have a 9 o'clock, and then I have a break, and then I have y'all's class on Monday and Wednesday and Friday this week. So we have our team meeting in between there, and we were talking about how, I mean, I know they voted that we weren't going to go back for middle school until after, or for everybody until after Christmas, but then now, you know, they sort of flip-flop back and forth on it. And now they're saying maybe elementary will go back before Christmas, and maybe us, I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't sound like it now after the board meeting last night. Sounds a little iffy. So today in our team meeting, we talked about whether or not we're going to try to do something with you guys, with our previous classes, if we don't go back until January. So I think we're definitely going to make that work out, at least for, you know, I guess it depends on if they send us back half days, like AB days or whatever, but either way, we're going to have at least 1 or 2 days where we just run our old schedule and this schedule. No, you can't go outside. Stop crying. Mean mama. Mean cat mama. All right, got Mahogany's. That is a good question. Why are you smelling the marker? All right, Dylan, I got yours. Okay, we're done. All right, so we're gonna watch our motivational video for this week. It is about procrastination. And it's pretty good. It's about sort of changing your perspective on what that means. And then after we do that, we are going to talk to each other. I'm going to force you to talk to me. Since you just sit there and stare at me and type in the chat, I'm going to make everybody talk today. So get ready and be thinking about what you did ever track out so you can say it out loud with your words. All right, so don't chat during the video. I want you to pay attention. Did you hear that, Roger? No chatting during the video.
Procrastination. The enemy to every single student on the planet. We all do it. But it's destructive. It destroys ambition. It destroys dreams. It destroys exam grades, report grades, scholarships. It destroys progress, creativity, ideas. It can even hold you back from graduating. When it's time to study and you start to feel your mind drifting onto other things, when you sit down at your desk and open your textbook, but the TV is staring at you, or notifications pop up on your phone from your friends, it's at this moment you need to reset, get aggressive, and study. Do not wait. Waiting is what feeds procrastination, and the feeling will get stronger and stronger until you're no longer thinking about studying anymore. Do not take the easy way out. Do not give up and take the easy road. That's what the bottom 90% are doing. Do you want to be in the bottom 90%, or do you want to be in the top 10%? Because it's the decision you make, just as the feeling of distraction is creeping up on you, that is the deciding factor of where you're going to be. Fight the procrastination and get your studying done. Don't leave it for tomorrow. You'll be busy with other things tomorrow. Do it today. Right now, make today count. As Eric Thomas said, I don't believe in the word procrastination. I told a young lady in Australia who told me she was a procrastinator, I said, look, if I told you to meet me here tomorrow at 5 a.m. and I'm going to give you $3 million, where would you be? She said, I'd be right here at 4:59 a.m., ready to get that $3 million. I said, right! Then there's no such thing as procrastination. What it is that it's not important to you. It's not something that's urgent enough for you. And when something is not urgent, then you put it off. If it's not meaningful to you and it's not important to you, then you're not going to make it a priority. So what you have to do is find out how to make it meaningful. How can you make it purposeful? How can you make it stick? And when you can find that out, I promise you, you'll get up early, you'll get there first, and you'll do whatever it takes to make that goal a reality. So to me, it's not a procrastination issue, it's a priority issue. Education is the great equalizer that levels the playing field and gives the average person a shot at extraordinary success. If you work hard and stay focused on your dream, you can achieve it. But it's procrastination that often gets in the way for most of us. We all have things that we'd rather be doing, things that give us short-term pleasure, but are destructive in the long run. But it's what you do when you get to that edge that determines what you're going to be.
I thought that was a good one because it's, it gives you tools on how to not procrastinate. It shows you that it's not, procrastination is really not a thing. It's, you have to change your priorities. And once you do that, then procrastination is not an option. So that is definitely something that does not get easier the older you get. So I thought that was a good one to share, the beginning of Q2. So we're going to talk about what we did over track out. I'm going to go first, and then I'm going to call on you. So get ready. Be thinking about what you did, but also listen to everybody else as well. So first week, straight beach the whole week. We went to the campground, Ocean Lakes and Myrtle Beach, and once we get there, we do not leave the campground. They have like a water park, like a little water park with one water slide and one of those you do like this. And then, but it's like we used to tent camp there, and then we also had a camper at one point. So they have sections for those, but they also have a big section with houses that you can rent. So we had like grandparents and nieces and nephews and everybody. So it's one of those where you get a golf cart and you hang out all, just ride around all week. So it was super fun. I would totally live there. Second week, you can see I got my candy corn earrings on. So week 2 was decorating for Halloween. I read a book. Well, I'm not quite finished yet. It's really good. I'll have to show it to y'all. It's about a girl from Palestine and about her struggle to be in America after and to have it still be in America but still have an arranged marriage. It's super good. And then I got this book. It's The Office, but it's a kid's book about the Office characters. So rad. Super excited about it. And I don't even have any little kids to read it to, and I don't care. I bought it anyway. Okay, so that is, this weekend we're going to the mountains, so we're going to try to extend our, track out life just a little bit. So we're excited about that too. We're just going to Asheville for the weekend. So that's me. All right. CB, Carson Batchelor, you're going next. Tell us what you did.
I hung out at home and I saw some friends in Australia.
I didn't get any of that. Like 0 of the words.
Good, but
At least I heard your voice. That makes me happy. You can type it now. Now that we've at least heard what your voice may sound like whenever you turn into a monster, you can type now what you do. All right, Jackson Turner, what'd you do? We know your little gaming headset works over there.
I forgot how to unmute for a second. So, because usually I mute with this right here, but what I did was I played Office Uno, Office Theme Uno with my family. That was pretty fun, and I also adopted a cat that was living on our porch for like a week.
Aww.
Like
So
a month.
is it a baby or it's a full-grown cat?
No, he's like a month or 2 old.
Oh, so sweet.
I don't know where he is right now. If he was in here, I would have shown him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe he'll come in. All right, Ethan Keller, what'd you do?
I visited family.
Where at?
They came from Florida to here.
Oh, cool. Nice.
That's about it.
Sounds good. All right, baby Holmes, what about you?
Hear me?
Just barely.
Well, first we crashed.
Say that again. We heard well, and that's all we heard.
The first back.
Look at those. Oh my goodness. I can't wait to see you wearing those in real life.
And then there's
All right, we can barely hear you. I can barely make out any of that. So if you, at least we heard a little bit of your voice, just like Carson said. You can type in the chat if you want to. What else you did? All right, Daniel, what'd you do?
Visited some friends for a little while, and I got to shoot my friend's 22
Ooh, fun.
and his dad's pistol, so it's pretty fun. And
I
then
love shooting guns. So much fun.
yeah,
Do you have somewhere you go to shoot? Where do you go to shoot guns?
it was just in his backyard.
Mm-hmm. We always do like for Thanksgiving, because my sister has like 27 acres or something, so we don't have to worry about killing anybody. And because that's the only time I ever shoot a gun is on Thanksgiving Day, and that's it. But we always do it on that day. It's fun. All right, Jackson Sharp, what'd you do?
I went to the beach,
Nice. What beach y'all go to?
Emerald Isle.
Fun. Mahogany, where you at, girl? Can't see your face. She's not there. She left. She left us. All right, Rollison, your turn. You go.
So, I went to Carson's house twice. We rode bikes all around Window, and we had fun. And I played a lot of video games. And that's basically it.
Sounds pretty good. Just chilling. All right, Zachary, what about you?
I went to the mountains. That's about it.
Where'd y'all stay?
We rented a house.
Cool. Well, that sounds fun. All right, Durgan, what about you? Yeah, we know we can't hear you, so I gotcha. Oh, that's pretty funny, Daniel. So you're limping now? You didn't break anything, Durden? All right, good. All right, Dylan, what about you?
I really just played a lot of video games, and I did some paintball with some of my friends.
Nice. Did you go to like an actual paintball place, or you just like played in your yard?
we went to an actual paintball place around Zebulon.
Hmm. Do they make you wear a mask under your mask? Don't you have to put like a helmet on?
Yeah, and they have like a 20-foot rule, so you don't get any like really deep bruises.
Yeah, I hate paintball. It makes me want to punch people in the face. I've only done it once, but yeah, I have bruises all over me. It makes me want to kill somebody. I don't like it. All right, Maddie Tan, what'd you do?
I didn't do that much. I spent time with my papa and we went shopping. And I went to the beach for a weekend and I decorated for fall and I made muffins.
Nice. Where'd you go shopping?
Just around Wilson, like Target, all those places.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had to go to a funeral. That was one thing I had to do during track out. That was crappy, but I had to go through Wilson because it was in Greenville. And so I went and stopped at Starbucks and went to Target. I was like, these are my old stomping grounds. I miss this
Oh, I
place.
wish I could have seen you. I would have given you such a big hug.
Oh, Maddie, I can't wait to see you in real
I
life.
know.
All right, SLC, what'd you do? I want to see your face.
I got braces. And
Oh, I really want to see your face now. Let me see them braces.
oh no.
Look at him.
And I turned 14.
Oh, it was your birthday. What'd you do for your birthday?
Nothing. Oh no, I went out to eat.
That's good. Could you eat since you have braces now?
It was one day before.
Nice. Yeah, it takes a while to be able to eat after you get them. Fun stuff. All right, Natalie, what about you?
We went to the mountains for a week and then I just baked a little bit and that's pretty much it.
That's nice. I know I hate cooking in real life, like, but when I have unlimited time all day long, then I don't mind it. We cooked a little bit. So it was pretty fun. All right, Mahogany, you're back. Tell us what you did. Besides have your food truck. Man, I just missed it too. Like we got to Nightdale after you emailed me and it was like, and we had an appointment and it was like 4:25 or something like that. And I was like, man, should I wait for them to get here? But we went home. All right, tell me what else you did. You have to say words. You got to unmute yourself. There you go.
So I went to Charlotte and
Mm.
spent time with some of my cousins I don't normally get to see. Then the food truck. I've been working on the food truck a lot more sleep.
Yeah.
Definitely. That's really it. And I do watch a lot of Criminal Minds.
Nice. We finished Schitt's Creek season 6, which just came out on Netflix. That's one of my all-time favorite shows. And then we watched because I don't like scary stuff, so we watched Hubie Halloween with Adam Sandler on Netflix, and then all the Halloween Towns. Remember those movies? They're on Disney Plus, so we've been watching those too. I love Halloween Town, but I'm not watching any scary stuff. I let those other crazy people in my family do that.
My sister watched Hubie Halloween. I'm putting off watching it though. I don't know if I
You gonna
should.
wait? I loved it. I thought it was cute. I mean, it was silly like all Adam Sandler movies, but it was cute. Anything new, I don't care what it is. I want to just watch anything that's new. All right, sir, what about you? What'd you do? Yep.
I couldn't really go anywhere. Like the beach, we were gonna go, but like the place, it was like too cold by then, so we couldn't go anywhere. So I had to stay home.
Yeah, that stinks. I mean, even if it's cold at the beach, even if it's rainy at the beach, it's still a day at the beach, right? All right, Luca, what'd you do?
I slept in, and that's about it.
Every day? Y'all don't go anywhere?
Nope. My
Still,
parents are
that's nice.
paranoid.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know that we would have gone to like a big hotel at the beach, but I mean, being at the campground, you have your own house, and so we were okay with that. We're a little bit paranoid. We're not super paranoid, but just a little bit. So I get that. All right, X-Dubs, you're last. What'd you do?
I didn't do anything.
Nothing the whole time.
Yep.
Well, that sounds pretty good. Just straight chilling. All right, did I get everybody? Y'all, I try to go in order, but then y'all move around some, so I can't tell. Is that everybody? All right. So this is what's about to happen. We're about to start spreadsheets. And so I think, like my last 7th and 8th grade class, I think there's a couple of people that are new, or they like took dance 5th and 6th grade and they didn't have me. But I think I've had all of y'all in either 5th or 6th grade. So this will just be a straight review for y'all. So we're going to start out with a review for spreadsheets. And then we're going to get into some like really in-depth good stuff with spreadsheets. So y'all all know the basics of, you know, you use a spreadsheet to, you know, store data, to manipulate the data, to, you know, create charts and things like that. So we're going to write some, and then we've written formulas, you've used functions. And so I know it might've been a while for some of y'all, so we're going to do a review. And then we're going to start doing some good stuff, because I mean, no matter what job you have nowadays, even if you're a mechanic, a nurse, I mean, things that aren't specifically like computer based, you still have to put, you know, add data to things all the time. So spreadsheets are the most widely used software in the workplace. So I really want y'all to have a good idea of how it works. And not just in like a school setting, things that you would do with it outside of school too. So we're going to start with a review, and I'm going to go over a PowerPoint today. It's just a basic, easy PowerPoint, just a review PowerPoint, all things that you've done before. And then I also have the spreadsheet shopping spree. I don't know if that rings any bells for y'all. That was your final project, either in 5th or 6th grade, that you had to do when we worked on spreadsheets. So that's going to be the first thing that you do for this class, just to give you like a refresher. I actually have the spreadsheet out there already for you to go ahead and click on and make a copy of it, or you don't even have to make a copy, it makes a copy automatically. And I'll be able to see what you're doing with it and working on it. We won't start it today. I don't want to overwhelm y'all today because we only have 20 minutes left. So we're just going to go over the review PowerPoint today. And then on Friday, like I said, thank goodness they switched up our advisory. So we'll have Friday to work on the review project. After that, then we're going to start. We will take some notes on some new things that I didn't teach you before, and some new definitions. And we'll start working on some more, a little bit harder things that you'll be able to use hopefully for the rest of your life. So in Google Classroom, let me go ahead and share again. In Google Classroom, you should see the very first thing under assignments. Let me go back. Come on, computer. Okay, let's try it. Oh, and you can see I've changed my location. I'm now in the dining room. Welcome to my dining room. All right, so the very first thing under assignments, it says spreadsheet review. When you click on that, there should be two things. We're going to go over this PowerPoint today. You're not going to take notes on this. I just want you to listen to me, go over it. You can use this to go back to look at different things as we go on through the quarter. So it's just a refresher of what we've done before. And then the spreadsheet shopping spree, you can go ahead and click on that, and it will automatically make you a copy. And then that way I can see what you're doing and how you're working. But I don't have the instructions out there yet. So if you remember correctly, it came in a packet when you did it before, and it had the spreadsheet on top, and you had to key it, and then it had all the instructions of like, step 1, do this, step 2, do this, and you had to write in what you did. So I'm going to have that out there for you on Friday. So you can go ahead and click on it now and make a copy, but I won't have the instructions out there until Friday, so you can start working on it. I didn't want y'all working on it while I went through the PowerPoint. sneaky like that. All right, so if you want to go through the PowerPoint with me, you can. You do have access to view it. So, I don't know if I can pull chat up or not. Anyway, all right, so what is a spreadsheet? A spreadsheet is a document or a table that's made up of rows and columns. The table that has columns and rows of cells that can be filled with text, and you use it to organize information. Spreadsheet programs such as Excel and Google Sheets allow you to use calculations, formulas, graphs, charts, and sorting. And y'all know how I feel about Microsoft Excel. There's so much more that you can do with a spreadsheet in Microsoft Excel, but we are fortunate enough to have Google Sheets, so we can still do make a spreadsheet and do functions and formulas. There's just a few things that we're not going to be able to do just because we're not using the actual Excel program. But we'll still be able to get the gist of it. And you know, you've already been working in your Google Sheet for your keyboarding tracker, so we've already done a little bit of review so far already. All right, why do you use spreadsheets? It makes working with numbers more efficient. You can arrange and organize your information to calculate totals, percents, budgets, grades, things like that. Parts of a spreadsheet, you've got a cell. That's just the intersection of a row and a column. Columns go up and down, rows go horizontal. So like one cell would be cell A1, that's your first cell. Another cell could be Z2000, that's another cell. So just one cell is the intersection of a column and a row. A row is horizontal, it has a number associated with it, and the column is vertical and it has a letter. Parts of a spreadsheet, we just went over rows, columns, and cells. The first one there, A1, you can see it has a bold border around it. That is because that's an active cell. That means you are actually clicked into that cell, your cursor is flashing, you're ready to activate that cell by either typing in words or putting the equal sign in so you could create a formula. All right. Parts of a spreadsheet, active cell we just talked about, thick bordered cell you are currently working in or entering numbers or formulas, and entry bars at the top. Now all of these graphics I have here are all from Microsoft Excel, so they look a little bit different because it's the ribbon. When we're in Google Sheets, it's going to look more like it did when we were in Google Docs, where you have just file and they have just one little row of shortcuts. So some of the things, and I mean, there's a billion things that you could do in Microsoft Excel. Same thing with Google Sheets. So some things, I mean, they're different in different places. So I'll Google all the time where is, you know, vertical alignment in Google Sheets versus where it would be in Excel. So some things we're just going to have to figure out. All right, so the entry bar is still up at the top in Google Sheets, just like this. And that's where the information that you keyed actually goes. Sometimes that's what will be in the cell, and sometimes that's not what will be in the cell. Sometimes it'll be the answer to what you keyed. All right, different types of cells. You have labels and you have values. Both of those together are considered data. So a label is anything that's a word. The term given to the words entered in a spreadsheet, usually by naming a column. Like in our keyboarding tracker, we've got date, name of test. Those are all labels. Values. Values are a term for a number that's in a spreadsheet. But for example, like in the beginning when I told you to type in how many words per minute you had, if you type in 1 minute instead of 1, that is then considered a label instead of a value. So values can only be numbers. And values are the only ones that you can manipulate if you want to use subtraction, multiplication, division, or add them up, use a sum, whatever. So if you want to be able to do things, add those numbers, you need to only put a number in that cell, because as soon as you put a letter, it becomes a label. And data is just all of that information. All right, so here's some examples of labels and values. Labels are just words, values are just numbers, all of it's considered data. And then down here, this black box right here where it says 160, if you look up in the entry bar, and sometimes we call this the formula bar, they're both the same thing, this actually has a sum function in it. We didn't type 160 in the cell. We actually type equals sum G2 through G7. So that cell right there, even though that's what the answer is, that's not what we typed. So it shows you what you actually have typed in the entry bar. All right, and then cells, we have cell references. We're going to go a lot more in depth with cell references and how they work. But the cell's location, that's the basic definition. It's your location in the spreadsheet. For example, B5, or like I said, it could be AZ 4003. You know, it goes on forever. Cell format, this determines things like alignment, if it's left aligned, right aligned. You can also do word wrap inside of a cell. So if you have a longer word that makes your column bigger, you can do a word wrap and make them on top of each other. You have number style, like you can have percent, or you can have decimals, currency. You can also do borders, change the font, just like you would in word processing. Here's some other examples of how you could format those cells. You've got, like I said, you could do date, you could do time. We have percentage, fractions. So there's lots of ways to format it. And then you can also, like I said, wrap text. So your columns aren't so wide. You can make them a little bit smaller and wrap the text around in the cell. You can also merge cells, which I think we did do in 5th and 6th grade. And then you can also change the alignment where you can rotate the cell. Borders, we can put in borders, same way before, dashed borders, regular borders. You can have a double line border. So all the same formatting things that we do in word processing. One awesome thing that we can do is sort. Like if you have a list of people's names, you can sort in alphabetical order. You can sort by one column. You can sort by several columns. Ascending order, you know, is smallest to largest, so A to Z or 1 to 9. And then descending order is largest to smallest, Z to A or 9 to 1. To sort button pretty much looks the same in Google Sheets. It's just a sort button with a little filter on it. And then most of the time, just to be safe, we always use custom sort, and that will let us choose what column we want to sort by. And then calculations. Calculations is a really big part of spreadsheets. The working of mathematical equations, formulas that are usually used in spreadsheets allow the computer to perform a calculation. So a formula is anything that typically starts with the equal sign. So when you click the equal sign in an active cell, first thing equal sign, that lets the computer know that, hey, this girl's about to write a formula. She's about to add something together. She's about to divide something. So that's what triggers the computer to let it know that a formula is about to happen. This is the example of a formula. So in this PowerPoint, I have the example of a formula and the example of a function. So if you ever need to go back and look, this PowerPoint will be out there for you to look at. All formulas have an equal sign. A formula, you physically type in the actual operation that you want to happen. In a function, it's just a shortcut of a formula. It's just a button that you hit. And so you don't actually have to type in what you want. So those are the two types, but I have both of them in here for you to look at. The cell reference or address. So for this formula, it's just equals B2 plus C2 plus D2. So that one's not too hard. You know you have different operators. They use addition in both of these, but there's subtraction, division, multiplication. All right, like I said before, functions are a formula that's already built into the spreadsheet software. So the definition that we always use is a shortcut formula is a function. AutoSum is the one that people use normally. If you're adding up a column or a row of numbers, AutoSum is the easiest one to use and the most common. Some other functions that we use, average, calculates the average in a range. Count actually counts up the number of cells that you have. So they're not actually adding what's in the cells, they're just counting them. So you could count cells that have labels, you could count cells that have numbers, or both mixed. Sum, like we talked about, adds all the numbers in a range. Max tells you the largest number in a range, and minimum, well, min stands for minimum, gives you the smallest number in a range. All right, there's also tons of other functions. Now in Google Sheets, there aren't quite as many as they have in Excel, but I mean, I've been working with Excel for decades, and I've never even come close to using all of the functions that they have in Excel. So there's so many. So I doubt that we're gonna run out of things to do even in Google Sheets. So there are lots of functions for you to choose from. All right, so this is what a function looks like. You've got your equal sign, the name of your function. So this one is sum. It could say average here, or min, or max. And then you give the range. So you've got parentheses, and then you start with the first cell, and then you have a colon, and then the last cell. Most of the time, you don't have to type this in. You just click on the button and highlight all the cells that you want in your range. Or sometimes, if you're right underneath that range of cells, when you click sum, it'll automatically highlight it for you. You don't even have to do that part. You can physically type this in if you want to, and just hit enter, and it'll work that way too. This is the same situation that I showed you before with the labels and the values, and then 160 right here. Instead of a formula, this time it's showing you a function. So 160 is the answer, but we did not type 160. We actually clicked the function button and used that. All right, charts. So we're going to do a lot of work with charts too. I'm actually, once we get through with all of our chart work that we do together, I'm going to give you some charts and not the spreadsheet. And I'm going to make you look at the chart and then figure out how to create the spreadsheet that would go with that chart. So we're going to work backwards. I love doing that. That sort of messes with people's brains a little bit. So a chart is a way to present information from a spreadsheet. There are tons of different charts that you can use. A bar chart is a type of chart that shows the relationship of data using bars. A pictogram is a type of bar chart or a column chart, or even a pie chart that you can substitute a color of a bar or a piece of a pie with a picture if you wanted to. So that's something that's pretty cool. Bar charts and column charts are basically the same thing. It's just that a bar chart is horizontal and a column chart is vertical. All right, pie charts, you know, are a circle. They look like a pie. And always that's going to show you a percentage of something. So anything, all the pieces of the pie are a certain percentage. So anytime it asks you for a chart and you're showing percentages, you want to make a pie chart. A circle chart is actually, sometimes can be two pie charts side by side, or a section of one pie chart and a section of another pie chart side by side, so you can analyze what they look like. So it's a relationship of two or more sets, and you use a circle to do that. This talks a little bit about graphs. Graphs are a little bit different than charts. A graph is a picture that shows the relationship of one or more sets of numbers to each other. Some graphs we use are line graphs. They show trends, or they compare data like over time. And I'm going to show you some examples in a second. And you know, when you use a line graph, you have an x-axis and a y-axis. So we're going to talk a little bit about that too. So a little bit of math happening in this section. Charts versus graphs. Charts compare different information to each other, like the heights of different plants. And then a graph shows the changes of sets of information, like a change over time. And then in in Excel, there is a chart wizard. My phone's like, what are you talking about? Why are you saying Google? You don't necessarily have like the wizard set up in Google Sheets, but it's still very similar. You still have the pictures that you can choose from of which one you want. But like, for example, under this chart wizard in Excel, you've got column charts, and then they give you so many options. You can do a 2D column, 3D, cylinders, cones, pyramids. So there's lots of different options of types under each one. This is the example of a column chart. They give you the option to change the colors. You can make it a pictogram like we talked about earlier. And then the last one here are all examples of graphs. So we've got a line chart that shows things over time. We have an XY scatter chart that has several different pieces. So you can see it talks about every day. We have a column chart here. We have a bar chart here. And then of course we got a pie chart. All right, so that is my review of spreadsheets. I know it's pretty quick, but we've done, a lot of this before, some of it, and so I just wanted to just give you a quick down and dirty review of what we've talked about in the past, and then we're going to build on this. So if you have any questions about this PowerPoint, I would suggest you go back and just look over it again, and if there's any definitions you're not sure about. So do you have any questions for me today about spreadsheets or about that PowerPoint in particular? All right, so you can go ahead in Google Classroom and click on that. Oh, Roger, you have a question? Ask away. When is it due? Sebastian just asked. Well, I don't even have the instructions out there for you yet. So I think I put like the 25th, like something long. I think it's a while back, just to give us some time to manipulate it. So you can go ahead and click on this spreadsheet shopping spree, and it'll go ahead and make a copy for you. So you can go ahead and have that out there, and then I will have the instructions out there on Friday, and we will work on that together. And if you have any questions while we're working on it, or how to put anything in into the document once I give you the instructions, then you can ask me on Friday. So don't forget, don't go to advisory, come to me on Friday, okay? Ask away, Roger, what is it? One food for the rest of my life? I think I'm gonna have to go pizza. Do I get to change the type of pizza? Like, can I have a different, like, can I have pepperoni one day? Brussels sprout pizza the next day? Okay, yeah, I'm going pizza. As long as it's pizza. All right, little homies, I'm done with y'all. I'm letting you go 2 minutes early. I hope you had a great day. I will see you on Friday. Bye.